Hi, I'm Julie Strickland, and I'm here to tell you about a recent bout of depression I had and how I was able to get over it. Now, it wasn't a major clinical depression that would require medication to treat. This was just, I was in a funk, and I needed an attitude adjustment to get over it. And by attitude adjustment, I don't mean alcohol. I mean, I actually had to list the good things going on in my life in order to shift my focus away from the few things that weren't going perfectly. So I'm going to read you my list of top 10 things in the hopes that it will inspire you to write your list of things you're grateful for. Number one, I talked to my past self. Okay, I didn't really get in a time machine and go talk to my past self. I just imagined it. So I pictured myself back in Y2K when I was going through a divorce and I decided to return to school. I was going to college at night. And it was a very difficult time, but I was focused on the future. I was focused on that point where I would graduate with my degree in engineering and I'd be able to go to work for an aerospace company. And my ultimate goal was to work in space exploration. Well, years later, here I am. And so it really helps put things into perspective when I think about all that I've achieved and how proud my Y2K self would be of where I am now. Number two, the grass is greener on the other side. Not. I think about going to another job, for example, and how difficult that would be. I have to learn all new names, all new processes. I have to learn who the experts within the company are. There's a whole different set of office politics. And so I realized that things aren't perfect at my current job. Things wouldn't necessarily be perfect elsewhere. So the grass is not greener on the other side. Three, what specifically is bothering me? Now, this may seem like an obvious question, but it wasn't obvious to me. I was complaining that I was unhappy, and one of my friends stopped me and said, what specifically? And when I sat down to think about the things that were bothering me, those were actionable. Those were things that I could work on. Number four, celebrate the wins. Now, I was getting a lot done, but I was focusing on the things that I hadn't yet completed. So I decided to write a weekly report of all the things that I completed, the major milestones. My boss didn't require it, but past managers had. And so I explained to my boss that I was going to send this to him every week so that he could see what I had actually gotten done. And I was also including a list of things I hadn't gotten done, just in case he needed to tell me what was a priority. And that way we could both be proud of what I'd accomplished. Number five, recognize my strengths. I'm good at my job. I know this because my boss has told me that. I know this because of other celebrations and kudos. So I am recognizing the fact that I am good at my job. And number six, I'm accomplished outside of work. So I've written 2 books and I've actually completed the draft of the third and I'm working on that. We'll get it published later this year. And so I'm celebrating myself. Maybe your accomplishment is that you mowed the lawn this weekend. Bravo. Recognize your wins and what you've gotten done outside of work and pat yourself on the back. Number 7, people want to be me. And by that, I mean, I look back at my Y2K self who wanted to graduate college and go to work in the space industry. There are other people just like that. Other college students, other people who don't have the means to go to school or just never did. And so I'm celebrating the fact that I'm at a good place in my life. And yeah, I'm going to be proud of that. And number 8, work to live. Sometimes it seems like I'm doing things the other way around. I'm living to work. I'm trying to figure out how to fit in more hours at work or figure out how much work I should get done on the weekends. No. I've got to work to live. I've got to work during the week so that I can have the weekend off. And that little mind shift, that little perception change can be huge. It really can. For me, it was. Yeah. And number 9, life is good. I have all that I need. So there have been times in my life where I was living paycheck to paycheck and I couldn't afford to go get groceries and had to make do with what was in the fridge. I was a single mom for a few years. And now, if I want something, I can go buy it. I have good credit, I have a little bit of money in the bank as a buffer, and so life is good. Roof over my head, a car I can drive, and a job I can go to. So I have all that I need. Number 10, my health is good. It's not perfect. I mean, few people's are, but I can walk up and down the stairs, and I am celebrating what I can do. So there's my list of my top 10 attitude of gratitude things. And I'd like to thank my friends for helping me with this list and for encouraging me in the right direction. I hope that you surround yourself with people who are encouraging and can help you also. And I hope that this inspires you a little bit. Thank you for joining me, and happy innovating.